Wifey material, but she's ugly. Okay, let me explain. So I had met this girl. I was on a hike. I had met this girl, ran into her, and this is a time where I used to think that a man could have female friends. So that's how innocent I was. And so I thought, I mean, she was nice. We struck up good conversation. I was like, sure, we'll be friends. Anyhow, so she is in many ways like if you were to have a list of requirements, or maybe not requirements, but points that you were racking up in terms of what you expect from a partner, or from someone that you want to be with, right? So, for one, the positive, right, was that I saw her on a hike, right? So that means that she was naturally into exercise. So that's a plus. That's always a plus, right? Someone that exercises. She was into yoga. She liked cooking. Um, she was nice. She was interesting. She was attentive. Very traditional in that regard. Conservative. Didn't have many friends. Was not into the usual lifestyle that a lot of women now lead, right? Which is like partying, clubbing. Nothing of that sort. Was interested in traveling, educated, nice, uh, a lot of positive qualities, right? A lot of qualities that you would say right away, whoa, I mean, that is definitely wife material, right? Not a lot of those kind of girls do you find all the time. No social media, really, hardly any social media presence at all. And so these were all good, green flags, if you will, right? Someone that could be molded, that could easily take on your lead, right? So all these qualities, right? But oh, I need I forget, amazing physique as well, like a great physique, amazing body. Okay, but the biggest, the elephant in the room, right? The biggest issue was that she was ugly. She looked like a little goblin. I'm not even trying to be mean, but like there was really no, I hate to say this, but there was really nothing that could be done about that part, right? There wasn't enough makeup in the world that she could plaster on her face to make her look any different. That was who she was. Um, and so obviously things escalated, and I could never say that, right? Let's be honest. I was never gonna tell her like, hey, everything about you is great except the fact that your face, it's just your face that's. But realistically, I'll be honest with you, I could not. In private, I could justify what I was doing, but in public, in social settings, I would not have been able to prance around the streets with her, because I think that would have really been difficult for me, because I could not overlook that part. And that was ultimately the stumbling block, because then when eventually she comes to me and says, hey, what are we? Are we just friends? Like, are we just like, I forget the term she used, but basically just alluding to the fact that we were just like friends with like benefits or whatnot. And obviously, like, that wasn't the type of girl she was. So, when that conversation had to be had, I mean, the reality was I had to be honest and say, like, this is not, it was never going to be more than this. And so, obviously, that was naturally a very heartbreaking experience for her. And obviously for me, right, I didn't want to hurt her feelings, but I wasn't going to tell her the truth, right? Which is that, frankly, I mean, she looked like a little goblin. I couldn't do anything about that. And I don't know, I think I gave her enough uh, gems for her to really move on in a positive direction. Um, but but I feel you though. If you've ever been in this situation where everything about the person is great except for their face, then or for that matter, anything that you think is literally like a non-negotiable. In this case, the face is non-negotiable, right? Because you're looking at this person every day. I mean, you can't overlook this part if you want to be with someone in a serious relationship, and to have to come to terms with the fact that their face is not what you want it to be. That's a pretty hard pill to swallow. And so, yeah, it was just a really tough experience, because like I said, like I didn't have any qualms with anything else about her, right? But I just didn't have the courage to be able to do that, right? To overlook that part and just pretend like that was not an issue. It was just gonna be too difficult for me. And so if you're in that situation, I empathize with you. I understand what it feels like to find somebody that you think you found a quality partner, but then cannot get past that part, right? In this case for me, like I said, it was not something that I could defend or justify in the long run, like being with somebody with a face like that, because I know that I would get judged harshly for it, right? And and I think it was quite obvious why people would naturally tell me, like, what is going on? Are you okay? Do you need glasses? Is LASIK surgery in your future? Like, what is happening here? Or because I think, to be honest with you, as a man, like as any man could say, like, you're attracted to what you're attracted to, and it's really hard to pretend like you could slowly, gradually find someone attractive in the long term. I don't know. I've tried doing it, and I tried doing it in that situation, and I couldn't get myself for the life of me to find her face attractive. And look, this is not to knock her. Like, everything, she had great quality. She was a beautiful person. I hope that she finds someone. I hope that she finds someone that would find her face attractive. What type of guy that is, I don't know. I just could not do it. And so, yeah, it's just to share with you guys a situation where it's a catch-22, right? You find somebody that has all the qualities that you're looking for, except one major one, right? And so it's a troubling experience to to find someone that does have all these things except what you're looking for. Kind of tragic, also in a comedic way, of course, um, because it's like, man, God is one funny guy, where he can do something like that, make a person so great in so many ways, right? And then, bless them with certain things that make relationships with these type of people difficult. But anyhow, and like I said, this is not. If you're out there, I hope you're doing well. I hope you found somebody you love. I hope you found somebody that could care for you. This is not to knock her. I'm not. I am kind of making fun of the situation, but I'm not making fun of her because, like I said, at the end of the day, like, she was still a really nice person, never rude to me, and I wish her all the best. But this is just for the guys out there that are dealing with this dilemma, and it's like, if you're the type of person that can overlook that stuff, then go ahead, be my guest. But if you know deep down that you cannot overlook that, forget it, accept it, embrace it, then do what I did, and you'll have to break it off, right? It will not work. It cannot work because you just cannot move past that part, right? So anyhow, see you on the next